Alright, dude. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Hey guys. Welcome back to the show, and welcome to Ninja Coffee episode 3. So, today I have a very special guest here with me, Pål-Christian.
Thank you.
Pål-Christian is a really knowledgeable person when it comes to comic books, and he's quite a nerd, and he in a good way. We're both nerds.
Yeah.
And he is probably the biggest DC fan I have ever met. And you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to DC and also Marvel, but like DC is your main area.
Yeah, I had DC with breast milk or something.
Yeah, that works. Yeah,
I grew up with Adam West and the Fleischer Superman shorts.
Yeah, as long as I've known you, you've been a huge DC guy. So, Pål-Christian, tell us what we're doing today.
Well, there's a new Batman movie right around the corner.
Alright.
The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson as Batman. But before the Batman, we wanted to discuss who is the greatest on-screen Batman so far.
So far.
And why it's not Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Sorry.
Christian Bale?
Hmm?
You don't think it's Christian Bale?
It might be.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it is Christian Bale, maybe it's not. Who knows? Stay around and find out.
Same bat channel.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna... should we start at the bottom and work our way up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think that's the best.
Alright, so... Only the movie Batman, not the
theatrical release.
theatrical release. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's... Oh, okay. That's not a tough one. I think I have my choice for the worst or the least best Batman.
Least best Batman.
Okay. On 3?
On 3. 1, 2, 3. George Clooney.
George Clooney, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a no-brainer, I guess.
But is it his fault?
That is a good question. I mean, yeah, let's elaborate and talk about that. Why is he your bottom choice for the least best Batman?
The reason why he's my least favorite is he delivers a bad Batman and a bad Bruce Wayne. There's he doesn't.
Which one do you think
he doesn't
he's
seem
worse
to be into it at all.
That is true. I agree with that. Do you think he's worse as Batman or worse as Bruce Wayne? Or equally bad?
I would go for equally bad.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
I mean,
Bruce Wayne is pretty.
tight.
You have his date scenes with.
You can mess that up as bad as you can mess up the Batman.
Yeah, I think he even said that he was trying to play the part gay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're allowed to say that anymore,
but well, that's interesting.
That's his word.
Okay.
He said that back in the days that he
maybe he was very ahead of his time. Maybe.
There's nothing wrong with
no. But okay, so yeah, I mean my reasoning is also that he doesn't seem to take the role seriously, and it's kind of, I mean, George Clooney is a good actor, so. You can fault the script, you can fault the directing, you can fault the movie in itself. It's also the weakest Batman movie. Yeah. So
the studio is the main reason.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough said? Or is there anything we should add? Cool party. Freeze. Cool party. No, yeah. Let's move. Yeah, we can move on. Okay, so the second worst, or
second worst.
I have to think a little bit. Yeah. Oh no. Okay.
I think I will kind of hate myself for saying it because for nostalgic reasons he's one of my favorites, but as if I'm going to be more on neutral ground, I have to say Adam West.
Agreed. Reluctantly agreed. Because I also feel like I love Adam West as Batman, but it's silly, it's goofy, it's... I mean, if you had a different kind of the most awesome, over-the-top, crazy, like, funny Batman, or just like... He's really cool and awesome, but on this exact list, I will also place him above George Clooney, but second
below
lowest.
The rest.
Yeah.
I do think he has a fine balance between Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Absolutely.
Which is very important.
It's a criteria for how we have, at least I have put this list together.
Yeah.
Like, how good is the actor as Bruce Wayne, and how good do they play as Batman?
And how well do they
both balance? Yeah. He is very cool as Bruce Wayne as well. And he is really funny all in all, but it's kind of, I guess, I don't know, can you say that? Yeah, exactly, that's true. Yeah, and is it because the movie is old and the show is old and it's a product of its time? It's a product of its time.
It's based on the Silver Age comics, which was really goofy at the time.
Yeah. For a specific reason.
Specific reasons, yeah.
They didn't.
Parents didn't like the violence in comics, so there was this big movement against comic book violence. I think it's back in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
I thought it was 50s, but it might have been 40s. Maybe it is 40s. I don't remember.
No.
But, so you had to... The authors were very limited in what they could add or do with violence in comic books.
Yeah.
And then came Frank Miller. Ahead of...
Actually, we can move up to the 70s and you have...
absolutely. You have lots of good comic books, more mature themed. But that's a topic for another time.
Yeah. We're doing movie Batman.
So, okay. That's enough said on my part about Adam West.
Yeah.
Moving on. Third from the bottom.
Yep.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah. And I mean, I really love Batman Forever as a kid, and I do like Val Kilmer as Batman, especially as Bruce Wayne. I really like him as Bruce Wayne. He's good in that role. Here, maybe as well, like the Batman Forever will not go higher on my list as a movie either. This is not just the actor and their fault, but also the movie and the studio and the directing of the character and all. Val Kilmer's Batman doesn't have necessarily the range that you can say some of the other Batman presentations we've had will have, both on Bruce Wayne's performance and as Batman. But he's cool, but this is as high as he gets on my list as well.
Yeah.
Do you have any reasoning for your...
Yeah, you can blame it on studio involvement.
Yeah. Because we might have gotten a different Batman movie with Batman Forever, right?
There's I'm not sure if it's what you call it, an urban legend or what you want to call it, but there is supposed to be Schumacher cut, which is much darker, more in line with the Burton movies.
Ooh.
And
it was supposed to be
longer, 3 to 4 hours.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, so
release the Schumacher
cut. Yeah. The reason for the movie ending up the way it did was it's Batman Returns' fault, actually, or McDonald's Happy Meal sales.
Yeah.
The Happy Meal sales for Batman Returns failed.
I didn't know that.
Again, just like the comic book ban in the old days, parents didn't like
the darkness
of the movies and the characters.
But that's so strange. If you watch those movies now, they are kind of goofy and funny as well.
Yeah.
But for that time, they were really dark.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, but
so that made the studio meddle too much.
Blame it on McDonald's, kids.
Yeah. Tim Burton left.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton left. There was supposed to be a Robin played by Marlon Wayans.
Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not. I think before you had Jim Carrey as the Riddler, you had I think both Robin Williams and Eddie Murphy was considered before.
This is why I love having you here on the show, because you know so much stuff about all of this.
And also before Burton left, Billy D. Williams was supposed to play Two-Face. Since he played Harvey Dent back in 1989.
Yes.
But none of this happened, so the studio wanted a much brighter movie, so...
I really liked Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face in Batman Forever, though.
Yeah, but it was more of a Joker than... Yeah, but enough about that.
Yeah.
Studio...
Yeah. Maybe we'll see...
Made Burton leave. Enter Schumacher.
Yeah.
He tried to do a dark Batman as well, but...
Wasn't allowed.
I
mean, this list might change if we ever get to see the Schumacher cut.
Yeah.
Who knows? And this list might also change next week.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, moving on. How many do we have left? 3?
Let me see.
I think so.
3, yeah.
3, okay.
Alright, so moving on.
I have my pick.
Number 3. Top 3.
1, 2, 3.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, alright.
We
agree so far,
yeah.
Okay,
so...
Alright,
Why isn't he your favorite Batman?
When I saw the movies, back then, I didn't feel he was tough and badass enough to be Batman. He was a really good Bruce Wayne, and I still...
He really... he has the playboy, billionaire Bruce Wayne
and
nailed.
Yeah, this might sound weird, but as I said, I thought Val Kilmer was a good Bruce Wayne, and in my opinion, maybe Christian Bale does that way better, and maybe he perfected kind of that role.
Yeah.
And we get to see him a lot as Bruce Wayne and as the playboy, millionaire, billionaire. But the main problem with him as Batman, you know this, right? It's
Where's Harvey Dent?
You wanted me.
The growling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's been made fun of, and there are so many memes and so much. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons, and also, as I said, to me, he just wasn't badass enough as Batman, so I wasn't totally convinced.
his movements.
The fighting and the choreography and the suit. You have the same problem in the old movies with Michael Keaton, but the choreography was...
You can blame it on the time.
You can blame it on the time, and Christian Bale Batman does a lot more fighting. The club scene where he's beating all the guys. To me, and maybe I'm a little bit colored by my background with martial arts, but his movements were so stiff, and it was just like ha ha ha, and that fell a bit short as well. And especially now, I'll come back to this point later, because if I do it now, it's going to be spoilers. Okay, but yeah, so that's my reasoning. What about you?
Nah, I have the same reasons.
All right. Okay. Anything else we should add?
Nah.
Okay. So Christian Bale is not the best Batman.
He doesn't do much detective work.
No, not much. But he's not bad. I mean, he is third best for a reason.
Yeah, he's third best, and his movies are...
Movies, especially, I really like the first two.
Yeah. The third is good, but coming from The Dark Knight, it's...
Yeah, but that's also a different video for another time.
Yeah.
Okay. Second place. Ooh, that's a tough choice. That is...
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call, and I wish I could just do a shared first place here instead. But as you said earlier, if I put nostalgia aside and just go very objectively into this, okay, then I have my second place. You ready?
I'm ready.
3. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Countdown.
Countdown.
3, 2, 1. Michael Keaton. Okay. We agree on our whole list then.
Yeah.
I thought you would go for Michael Keaton as the best Batman of all time. I was actually sure. I know you love Michael Keaton, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised by your... okay, cool.
And this is more from a neutral stand. And
okay, you go first this time.
Okay. Why isn't he the best?
Yeah. And go into everything. Batman, Bruce Wayne. Tell the audience.
He's just Batman.
Yeah, he is Batman. But he is Batman.
Yeah, there's no balance between Batman and Bruce Wayne.
And this is why, if we had made this list by other criteria, he would have been my top pick. Because I love that. In a way,
leaving Bruce Wayne out of the
equation.
Yeah,
he is totally awesome, and he is Batman.
Yeah,
I mean, he is Batman as Birdman. He is Batman as Vulture. He just is Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
It's funny that he didn't manage to balance it better, because he was so dark. And before he was cast, or when he was cast, there was an outrage.
Oh yeah,
just like
Heath Ledger, Ben Affleck,
Robert Pattinson, and there was no internet back then, but still, people wrote to the newspapers and complained. The studios got letters.
They didn't have faith in him as Batman. That is true.
Because he came from comedy. He was a comedic actor, and
Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah,
that's a really fun movie with him.
And Mr. Mom.
Mr.
Mom is Batman. That was I think that was the headline.
That is true.
So he should have more of a range between.
I mean, also that might partly be Tim Burton's directing as well.
Yeah,
But it's really cool, and he is Batman. He feels like he's Batman, and he feels like he's Batman when he's Bruce Wayne, hanging upside down in his house, and like he's just spending time all by himself almost. He's a weird Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Like even when there's this party at his manor, there's like you have Vicky Vale and that Knox.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that reporter guy. They're talking and they're talking about his collection of armors and stuff, and they're like, "Who is this weirdo?" And then Bruce shows up, and it doesn't seem like they even recognize him. They don't know that he's Bruce Wayne. Compared to other movies, he's like he's the face. He's the face of Gotham.
He's very anonymous, and he doesn't. He's very private.
Yeah.
Also, when we're talking about him being Batman, I think it's in the Batman Returns movie where he's talking to Selina Kyle, and they've already met as Batman and Catwoman, and he just says something that he'd already said.
I thought you were someone else.
I thought I was someone else. That also proves our point that he is Batman.
Yeah.
And just also the fight scenes in the movies with Michael Keaton compared to the Christian Bale movies, he had also some of the same problems with a very mechanical movements, and
he was more like a one-punch guy.
Yeah, but they really do
more
kicking, and they did a good job. Still not doing the same movements over and over again, and they camouflage that they can't move the suit too much with him being this mysterious character. He just flies down and grabs someone, and he does. They do, in my opinion, a better job at camouflaging the errors of the suit. And the suit looks really cool as well.
It does.
It does. Okay.
It's
it's your favorite?
Second favorite.
Second favorite. All right. I think that's everything I have to say about that.
And since we've reached number one,
there's
really only one name left to...
Ta-da! Ben Affleck.
All right.
I'm surprised by your top pick on this one. I thought you'd, as I said, I thought you'd have Michael Keaton. But I'm really curious to hear about your arguments for this. Just give me a second here. I'm just going to check something.
Right.
Old man. Okay. So, why did you pick Ben Affleck as your top Batman?
Well, let's pin it down to one thing. And I think people will disagree. But my number one reason is comic book accuracy.
Interesting.
He has the perfect suit.
Yeah.
I
have my own reasons as well.
He's the perfect size. He looks like Batman. He's like the physique. He fights like Batman. He's
okay. You have many of the same thoughts I have.
He has a great balance between Batman and Bruce Wayne. It's just
internet is going to hate us for this.
Yeah,
but I mean, guys, this is our personal.
We could be wrong.
Yeah, there's no right and wrong here.
There's not.
This is what we think.
Yeah.
But we can tell you why we have the order that we have on this. Okay, and I mean, this is gonna also come from maybe a martial artist's point of view. Who would I least want to fight of all the Batman? All the different versions of the Batman, I really would not want to fight Ben Affleck Batman.
No,
he would rip me apart. And I had a similar discussion with someone about James Bond and who is the best James Bond, and like everybody will say Sean Connery, and I'm probably going to be double hated for this as well. But in my opinion, the best James Bond is the one that I find to be most believable, most badass, and most hardcore parkour. Do you know who I'm referring to?
The one and only Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. He would beat the shit out of all the other James Bonds. And I have the same reasoning for why I feel Ben Affleck Batman is the best. No, this is not the only reason. I also agree that he is a really good Batman and he's a really good Bruce Wayne. He balances the roles very well. And he's the Batman you've wanted to see for all these years. Comic book accuracy. If you guys have played the video games, all the stuff you can do in the video games, this is the first time we get to see that shit done. The warehouse scene. That is so cool. And it's believable. I mean, believable within its own universe. And the armor, the suit, everything is so well thought through. And yeah. And he's badass. He's just so badass. And this is also probably why a lot of people don't like Ben Affleck Batman. Because boo-hoo, he kills people.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. If you didn't grow up on just the DCAU Batman, Kevin
DC
Conroy.
Animated universe. Yeah? Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. Okay, there's
Great
another
Batman.
theatrical Batman.
Where would you put Kevin Conroy into this? No, let's not sidetrack.
I still think Ben Affleck is more brutal, but Kevin Conroy is the
Awesome.
Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
Hands down. But I think most people base their hate for Ben Affleck on the animated Batman, not the comic books.
Because there's been a lot of comic books where either he's killed people, in the old ones he had a gun, or where he fails to save someone, or he kills... Okay, I have a good example. I mean, you want to read something that resembles Ben Affleck's Batman, you don't need to look further than one of the best Batman comic books ever written. Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. Or check this one out, Batman the Cult. I did a review on this for Christmas, and it's one of my favorite comic books, favorite Batman comic books. Probably one of my favorite comic books as well. Batman gets brainwashed, and he's mind controlled, and he has these hallucinations, and he has these images where he's fighting villains and shooting them with machine guns, and then he suddenly wakes up and he's a part of this robbery or some heist where he has a machine gun, and I think I don't remember now, he shoots down a guard or something. He shoots down a mafia member. So he actually killed someone, not by his choice or by his own will, but that still counts. It's a kill count.
It's a kill count. And okay, there's also this Ben Affleck's Batman. When we first meet him in the movies, he's a broken bat.
He's very similar to Dark Knight Returns Batman.
He's a broken bat.
He's bitter.
He's bitter.
He's older.
He's older. So I think there might have been a time where he didn't kill, but then you have the part. There you have Dick Grayson's suit.
I didn't know that was Dick Grayson. I always thought that would be Jason Todd.
It's Dick Grayson, or at least that's what Zack Snyder and David Ayer is claiming. And it's their universe. So
the expert.
So I think Dick Grayson, or the murder of Dick Grayson, might have been the
that
turning
makes sense.
point,
And that makes sense.
where he ends up going all serial killer Batman instead of
or just not giving a damn.
Mm.
And I mean, like, the whole theme with him not killing people, the whole dilemma and everything is always like, he doesn't kill people, he has this code. That's mainly, in my experience, very much portrayed in the New 52. as I said here, I don't remember a code. It's just he tries not to kill people, of course. But Joker always kind of teases him, and a lot of other people also tell him, like, hey, won't you just kill that maniac? Because, yeah, you're not killing people but by letting Joker live, a lot of people are getting killed because of you letting him live and not killing people. So, I mean, if Dick Grayson was killed, that kind of makes sense that he would change that code or leave that code or realize that way just is not efficient. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
And it's also there in the title. It's Dawn of Justice. And I think Superman's journey to become the beacon of hope in this universe is also Batman's
chance at redemption.
Yeah. Because seeing the hope that Superman brings to mankind also brings faith back in Batman.
Absolutely.
So
well, let's talk about that. Okay, now we're gonna sidetrack just a little bit, but I mean, we probably have our number one pick being the Batman that people might love and hate the most. And this is somewhat related to what people think of Batman versus Superman. So what do you think of Batman versus Superman?
Theatrical cuts was I had kind of mixed feelings. It was good, but it was bad.
It was both. I used to joke about this. It was the coolest bad movie I had ever seen.
Yeah.
But
even the reviews were mixed. Like in Norway's biggest newspaper, VG, they gave it a 6, I think.
But it got a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah. Some reviewers praised it, some hated it. So,
and internet has also very varied opinion on this movie, though a lot of people hate on it. I will also say, you should really watch the extended cut, and that's what you mentioned as well. The theatrical cut has flaws from like in the story. There are some things that just
there are plot holes that you get to dive deeper into it when you watch the director's cut.
A lot of stuff really makes sense, like just why Batman and Superman are pitted against each other, and why they have this hostility against each other, and why they have the distrust. Why Batman is so set on stopping Superman. It's way better. It presented way better in the extended version, and I really love the extended version. It's my favorite, probably my favorite Batman movie. As if you just look at it as a Batman movie, probably but.
And then there's the famous or infamous save. Save Martha.
Where'd you say that name?
Yeah.
And that's also something that internet has raged over. And so stupid. They become best friends because their mothers have the same name. If that's what you think, then in my opinion, you just haven't understood the scene. And again, extended edition of the movie dives deeper into the whole character development. And in my take on this scene, I want to hear yours as well after. I mean, the reason why he doesn't kill Superman and why he stops, it's not just that their mothers share the same name. It's their mothers. It's that when Superman, he's convinced, okay, he's lost, he's going to die. This maniac is going to kill me. Okay, dude, kill me, but at least save my mom, save my mother, save Martha. And then this is also when he says that stops Batman in his tracks and makes him, like, for the first time, look at Superman as a human being. He was so dead set on only look at him as a threat. Like, if there's 1% chance of him being some sort of threat, you have to treat it with absolute, like, 100% threat that we must eliminate. That sentence kind of breaks down his defenses and all the mindset he had to destroy and kill Superman. That kind of falls apart with, okay, this guy has a mother. I can't allow the same thing happen to his mother that happened to my mother. And if you look at it this way, in my opinion, again, this makes perfect sense. Now, what about you? What do you think about this scene?
That's my take on
it. Yeah, right?
That's my take on the... That's the way I always saw the scene.
Same here. That was how I looked at this scene from the beginning. But if you're not a huge fan of any of the movies or the comic books, or you don't have much insight to the characters, this might not be something you will understand. I don't know. Yeah. Anything else we should mention about Batman vs. Superman? Okay, Justice League Snyder Cut also is worth mentioning. I love the movie. Yeah. I didn't think it was too long. I enjoyed every minute of it. And you should check those out. You should watch the extended cut and then watch the Snyder Cut. And I really wish we had... I wish Zack Snyder was allowed to do his vision. We've had a lot of other varieties of Batman and the whole DC stuff, so they should have let him just do his thing.
Hopefully, the Warner Discovery merger will,
fingers crossed,
restore the Snyderverse at the same time as they continue whatever new timeline they're going for. You can have both.
They don't need to stop making whatever other Batman stuff.
You can have the Snyderverse, and you can have the
Robert Pattinson or whatever.
Yeah, but I think his Batman is completely different universe.
Or whatever, also, it doesn't matter.
There's the multiverse. That's a thing.
It's popular
been a thing
now.
In the comics forever.
Yeah,
it's a thing in the Marvel movies. It's a thing in.
So DC's just copying Marvel now, huh?
No. DC started it in the Arrow universe with a big crossover event where you had all the Arrowverse shows crossover with you have characters from the Snyderverse, you have characters from Smallville, the Burtonverse.
This is awesome, and this also Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's coming back as Batman.
He's coming back later this year.
For all we know, we might have to do another video. We might have him as the top Batman.
Yeah,
after
maybe
all.
he's
Who knows?
back. Yeah, maybe he will be back on top.
We should do another video on this subject once we've seen the new Batman movie and once we've seen the next Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah, I think his first appearance will be in the Flash movie, and then in the Batgirl movie. If he will have a solo movie or we don't know.
Let's hope. All right, so we agree on the number one.
We forgot one
honorable mention.
Yeah,
Kevin Conroy. No, we mentioned him.
Lego Batman.
Oh wow! Okay, this is gonna be.
He's one of my favorite Batman.
This is gonna be blasphemy, but I haven't seen them yet. I've heard only good stuff about them.
I'm not talking about the direct to DVD Lego movies. There was a theatrical Lego Batman movie.
Oh, okay. I have to check it out.
It's just so hilarious. Like, it's not a serious Batman or anything.
No.
It's more of a parody, but it's
good.
Yeah, like Batman's secret code to the Batcave is Iron Man sucks.
Nice.
There's a ton of good jokes. The movie, so,
I have to check those out. We can bring that into the mix next time. So that does it.
Yeah, at least until next week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Paul, for joining me. it's so cool to have you here because you have a vast, infinite knowledge when it comes to DC. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I hope to have you here again with me, and we can do more videos like this.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, dude. Cheerio.
Cheerio. Cheers.
Cheers. Take care. We'll see you in the next episode.